Okay, let's get started. Tritiya Karana Shune Shri Bhagavan.
तृतीय कारण सुन श्री भगवान
Ananta Brahmanda Bahu Vaikuntadi Dhamam.
अनंत ब्रह्मांड बहु वैकुंठादि धाम.
O my Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly hear my third reason. There are countless universes and fathomless transcendental Vaikunthas. Ite yata jivatara traya kalika karma.
इते यत जीवतारताय कलिक कर्म.
Taha deka sakshi tumi jana savamarma.
साक्षी तुम्ही जाना सब मर्म.
Both in this material world and in the transcendental world, you see all deeds of all living beings in the past, present, and future. Since you are the witness of all such deeds, you know the essence of everything. Tomara darshana sarva jagater astiti.
दर्शने सर्व जगते स्थिति.
Tumi na dekile karo nahi sthiti gati.
तुम्ही ना देखिले करो नाही स्थिति गति.
All the worlds exist because you oversee them. None can live, move, or have their being without your supervision. So he's now talking about a little about creation, all the planetary systems, the material and spiritual universes, like that. Nare Rayana Yate Karadarshana.
नारे नायनायते करदर्शना.
Tahatiyo Hao Tumi Mula Narayana.
ताहति तुम्ही मुरनारायण.
You oversee the wanderings of all living beings. For this reason also, you are the primeval Lord Narayana. Overseeing the wanderings of all living beings. So, we are all wandering. Brahmanda Brahmite. Kon Bhagyavan Jiva. Guru Prasade Krishna Baye Krishna Lata Bija. Bhakti Lata Bija. Not sorry, Krishna. Bhakti Lata Bija. So, we are all wandering. Brahmanda Brahmite. We are all doing Brahman. Kon Bhagyavan Jiva. Who is the lucky one? Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Leta Bij. From Guru and Krishna, we get to the Bhakti, seed of Bhakti, the creeper of Bhakti. Okay, Manoj, please read the purport.
Purport. Sri Krishna in his Paramatma feature lives in the hearts of all living beings in both the transcendental and mundane creations. As the Paramatma, he witnesses all actions the living beings perform in all phases of time, namely past, present, and future. Sri Krishna knows what the living beings have done for hundreds and thousands of past births, and he sees what they are doing now. Therefore, he knows the results of their present actions that will fructify in the future. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the entire cosmic situation is created as soon as he glances over the material energy. Nothing can exist without his superintendence. Since he sees even the abode where the collective living beings rest, he is the original Narayana.
Jai Ho. Krishna kahe na Brahma, tumhara na bhuji vachana.
कृष्ण कहे न ब्रह्मा तुम्हारा बुझि वचन.
Jiva hridi jale vaise se Narayana.
जीवा हृदय जले वैसे से नारायण.
Krishna said, Brahma, I cannot understand what you are saying. Because Brahma is saying, right, in previous verses, you are the original Narayana, right? And Krishna is countering that. He's saying, I'm just a cowherd boy. Where did you get this idea that I'm supreme? So Krishna is saying, Krishna said, Brahma, I cannot understand what you're saying. Lord Narayana is he who sits in the hearts of all living beings and lies down in the waters of the Karana ocean as Karnodakshai Mahavishnu. Brahma kahe jale jiva e Narayana.
Brahma kahe
जले
jale
जीवे
jive
नारायण
narayana.
से सब तुम्हारा अंश ये सत्य वचनम.
Se sabha amsa e satya vachana.
Brahma replied, what I have said is true. The same Lord Narayana, who lives on the waters and in the hearts of all living beings, is but a plenary portion of you. So Brahma is concluding that Krishna is the source of Narayana. Like if you see a lot of Sri Vaishnava literature, they say Narayana is the source of Krishna. Because they say Narayana is an avatara. Although it doesn't really matter, but from a technical perspective, Narayana, Krishna is the source of Narayana, and Narayana is the expansion of Krishna. It appears that Krishna is one of the Dashavatar, but it's not really true. Karanabdigarbhodaka kshirodakashai
Karanavadi garbhodaka siddhakshai.
Maya dvare shrishti kare tate sabamai.
Maya dvare srishti kare tate sabamai.
The Karnodakasai, Garbhodakasai, and Kshirodakasai forms of Narayana all create in cooperation with material energy. In this way, they are attached to Maya. Even these forms of Narayana are attached to Maya. Seti na jalashai sarva antaryami.
Jalasai sarva antaryami.
Brahmanda vrindayara atma ye purushanami.
Brahmanda vindana atmaye purusha samami.
These three Vishnu lines in the water are the super soul of everything. So, these three Vishnus are super soul of us, and Krishna is the super soul of these three Vishnus. It's like an upward linking chain of command. The super soul of all universes is known as the first Purusha. Now he's unpacking and giving more information about these various expansions. Hiranya garbhera atma garbhodakasai.
Hiranya garbhera atma garbhodakasai.
Vyasti jiva antaryami kshirodakasai.
Vyasti jiva antaryami kshirodakasai.
Garbhodakasai Vishnu is the super soul of the aggregate of living entities, and Kshirodakasai Vishnu is the super soul of each individual living being. So, our super soul is Kshirodakasai Vishnu. Garbhodakasai Vishnu is sum total of super soul for all living entities. Although Kshirodakasai Vishnu expands from Garbhodakasai Vishnu, they are both connected in this way. So one is at the aggregate level, second is at the individual level. Yesha bara darshane te ache maya gandha.
Esa baradarsanite ache maya gandha.
Turiya krishnera nahi maya rasambandha.
Turiya krishnera nahi maya rasambandha.
Superficially, we see that these Purushas have a relationship with Maya. But above them in the fourth dimension is Lord Krishna, who has no contact with material energy. So Krishna has no relationship with Maya. So these are his expansions. They have a relationship with Maya in that they protect and Maya confuses. Maya confuses the souls like us. Like now, what you are seeing around, whether it's Corona, rising house prices, rising stock market, this is all a expansion of Maya, a display of Maya. Right? Everybody's thinking, yeah, life is so good. Stock market is rising. My portfolio is very good. So they will all stay in the material world. Okay, Sarvana, purport.
Additionally, purport. The three Purushas, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Shirodakashayi Vishnu, all have a relationship with the material energy called Maya, because through Maya they create the material cosmos. These three Purushas, who lie on the Karana, Garbha, and Shira oceans respectively, are the super soul of everything that be. Karanodakashayi Vishnu is the super soul of the collective universes. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is the super soul of the collective living beings. And Shirodakashayi Vishnu is the super soul of all individual living entities. Because all of them are somehow attracted to the affairs of the material energy, they can be said to have some affection for Maya. But the transcendental position of Sri Krishna himself is not even slightly tinged by Maya. His transcendental state is called Turiya, or the fourth dimensional stage. Hare Krishna.
So Turiya is the fourth dimensional stage. We have three dimensions. This is the fourth dimension that you cannot perceive in the material world. So this is the display of, this is the position of Krishna. He is above Maya. In Bhagavad Gita also this point is mentioned, but at a very elementary level. Here we are in an advanced textbook, so it is at a higher level. Viradhiranya garbhascha karanam cheti upadhyaya ईशास्य यत्रिभिर्हीनम् तुरीयं तत्प्रचक्षते. In the material world, the Lord is designated as Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Karana. But beyond these three designations, the Lord is ultimately in the fourth dimension. Very interesting. So we have the Karanodakashayi Mahavishnu. So that is Karana. Hiranyagarbha, that is one other name for Vishnu. And Virat, Virat Rupa. In the material world, you see these three elements. In the spiritual world, you don't see these three elements. These are just expansions of Krishna just for the material world. Okay. So Manoj, please read this.
Virat, the phenomenal manifestation of the Supreme Whole, Hiranyagarbha, the luminous soul of everything, and Karana, the cause of our causal nature, are all but the designations of the Purusas who are responsible for the material creation. The transcendental position surpasses these designations and is there before called the position of the fourth dimension. This is a quotation from Siddhartha Swami's commentary and the 11th canto, 15th chapter, verse 16 of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yadhyapiti nera maya laya vyavaharam
Yadyapi niramaya
तथापि तत्स्पर्शना हि सवे माया पार
Tathapi Maya.
Although these three features of the Lord, that is Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Karana, deal directly with material energy, none of them are touched by it. So the Lord's expansion, when they come into the material world, Maya cannot touch them. That's the key point. We are touched by Maya. We are swimming in Maya right now. Etadishanamishasya prakrististo api tadgunaihi na yujyate sadatmaster yata buddhistadashrayam. This is the opulence of the Lord. Although situated in the material nature, he is never affected by modes of nature. Similarly, those who have surrendered to him and fixed an intelligence upon him are not influenced by the modes of nature. Okay, Sarvana, purport.
Purport. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 11, chapter 30th verse. Those who have taken shelter of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead do not identify with the material world, even while living in it. Pure devotees may deal with the three modes of material nature, but because of their transcendental intelligence and Krishna consciousness, they are not influenced by the material qualities. The spell of material qualities does not attract such devotees. Therefore, the Supreme Lord and his devotees acting under him are always free from material contamination.
Yeah, so if we take shelter, then we should not be identifying with material world even while living in it. Of course, we are not there yet because we have not taken full shelter, partial shelter. So we identify ourselves with material world. Like if somebody comes and says, "Who are you?" You'll say, "Oh, I'm Sarvana, I'm Manoj," like that, right? You don't say, "I'm a soul, I'm struggling in the material world." You don't use those language. Why? Because you are not taken full shelter. We have not taken full shelter of Krishna yet. That's the problem. So for such devotees, the spell of material activities does not attract. It's like a spell, incantation. Huh? So we are all under spell. We are like zombies walking around. Oh, I have to get a job. I have to buy a big house. I have to buy 3 cars. I have to do this, that. So the spell doesn't attract the devotees who have taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Seti na janera tumi parama ashrayam. Tumi mula narayana ite ki samshayam. You are the ultimate shelter of these plenary portions. Thus, there is not the slightest doubt that you are the primeval Narayana. Okay, Manoj, please read this.
Brahma has confirmed that Lord Krishna is the supreme, the source of the three manifestations known as Silodaksai Vishnu, Garbhodaksai Vishnu, and Karanodaksai Vishnu, Mahavishnu. For his pastime, Lord Krishna has 4 original manifestations, namely Vasudev, Sankarsan, Pradyumna, and Anirudh. The first Purusha avatar, Mahavishnu, is the causal ocean, who is the creator of the aggregate metal energy, is an expansion of Sankarsan, the second Purusha. The second Purusha, Garbhodaksai Vishnu, is an expansion of Pradyumna, and the third Purusha, Kshirodaksai Vishnu, is an expansion of Aniruddha. All these are within the category of manifestation of Narayan, who who is the manifestation of Sri Krishna.
Very good. So Narayana's source is Krishna, and these three Vishnu sources Narayana.
So Prabhu, I heard like so Madhya Purush Ramchandra. So if you see they are the like Vasudev, Anirudh, Sankarshan and Pradyumna, right? So Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna are there in I mean to say like they are the incarnation of them, right, Prabhu?
Right. That is correct. That is correct. That is why, although Ram is a part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his position is slightly less than Krishna, because he is an expansion of an expansion. Same with Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna, like that. And we will come there. Chaitanya Charitamrita, all this information is there. We will come to that.
Yeah, and also Prabhu, like since it is as per the scripture, I think Lord Balaram, he is the past incarnation of Balaram, and then after Sankarshan, right? So then Sankarshan then as known as Mahasankarshan. So then Mahasankarshan, like all the Vishnu, like of the all the Vishnus, like Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Karnadakashayi Vishnu, Sridharakashayi Vishnu, all the incarnation of Mahasankarshan. And even though all of the planets, like all of the Vaikuntha planets and everything is the incarnation of Lord Sankarshan.
Yeah, we'll come to that also. Chaitanya Charitamrita carries all that information. So what you are saying is,
Okay.
you have been listening to some lectures where the devotees have taken Chaitanya Charitamrita, and in a concise manner they have given you that information. But here we are going step by step, right? What are the three Vishnus?
Yeah.
What is the relationship with Narayan? So I'm sure you know all of this hearing summaries, but now we are going beyond summaries, right? We are going into the details like that.
Right. Yeah. So no, yes, Prabhu. I just mentioned because in the previous sloka it's mentioned like what is called Sankarshan, right? So that's why I mentioned this thing.
Yeah, very good point. So the source of these three features is the Narayana in spiritual sky. He is your Vilasa expansion, Brahma is saying. Therefore, you are the ultimate Narayana. So Brahma seems to know a little bit about the structure of the spiritual world. Although he's the boss of the material world and lives here, it appears that he has good understanding of the structure of the spiritual world. Ateva Brahma Vakya Paravyoma Narayana.
Ateva Brahma Vake Parabhava Narayana.
Narayana.
Teno Krishnera Vilasa Etatva Vivaranam.
Teno Krishna Vilasa Tattva Vivarana.
Therefore, according to authority of Brahma, the Narayana, who is the predominating deity in the transcendental world, is but a Vilasa feature of Krishna. This has now been conclusively proved by Brahma's arguments. Ye shloka tattva lakshana bhagavata saram.
Ishloka Tattva Lakshana Bhagavata Sara.
Paribhasha rupe ihara sarvatra adhikaram.
Parivasa Rupayara Sarvata Adhikara.
The truth indicated in this verse is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, this previous thing, according to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, is the essence. And what is that previous thing? Narayana, who is the predominating deity in transcendental world, is a Vilasa feature of Krishna. So there are two kinds of features, Prabhava features and Vilasa features. So this is a Vilasa feature. And Srimad Bhagavatam is describing that in great detail. So we understand that Narayana is coming from Krishna. Because pretty much it's like the hierarchy, index of the spiritual world. So in that index of spiritual world, Krishna is the primary index. Everybody else is subordinate to him and expansion from him. So that's why when one incarnation of the Lord meets the other incarnation of the Lord, there is certain hierarchy and they have to give each other due respect. Although they are all incarnations of the Lord, there is, you see that in the case of Parshuram and Ram, right? When Parshuram was killing all the Kshatriyas, Ram comes and disarms him. He says, okay, now enough of your fighting. You can stop now. Now I've come over, I will take care of things. And Ram is in the hierarchy, he is in a higher level than Parshuram, who is Shaktavesh avatar. And Lord Ram is, what avatar is he? What did we see the last time?
Vilasha.
Vilasa, yeah, exactly. So you should know these things. So from Narayana, you see this Vasudeva Sankarshana Nidya Pradyumna, and from there come Sita, not Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Bhakta, and Hanuman. Sita comes from a different hierarchical chain. Expansion of Radharani, Radharani's expansion, and from Radharani's expansion further expands, and then Sita Devi comes in the mode of goodness. Kali comes in mode of ignorance, like that. Right? Durga Devi comes in mode of passion. So these expansions have their own roots. In the Brahma Samhita, we understand that, right? Devi Mahesha Haridama Shuteshu Teshu Te Prabhava Nihsaschayena. So it's Ityadi. E Shloka Tattva Lakshana Bhagavata Saram.
Lakshana Bhagavata Sara.
Paribhasha Rupe Ihara Sarvatra Adhikaram.
Paribhasha Rupeyara Sarvatra Adhikara.
The truth indicated in this verse is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. This conclusion through synonyms applies everywhere. So he's basically saying that this is the Paribhasha Sutra. You know what the meaning of Paribhasha Sutra is? The central point from which all the synonyms come out. So the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam is Ete Chamsa Kalapumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indradi Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge. Means, although there are so many kala forms or plenary expansions, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, but Krishna is the Supreme Bhagavan. Indradi Vyakulam Lokam, whenever the various controllers, Indras in the universe get into a proper problem, Vyakul means being upset. When they are upset, Mridayanti Yuge Yuge, the Supreme Lord comes every yuga to give this knowledge as well as to protect the pious and destroy the miscreants. And that kind of translates to Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata Abhyudhanam Adharmasya Tadatmanam Sujamyaham. So he will do the sadhu paritran and do the dushkrita vinash, destroy the miscreants and take care of the pious. So we are all at least hoping to become pious. So we are coming under the shelter of Krishna. So we may make some mistakes here and there. So Krishna will pardon a little bit and he will correct us whenever necessary and put us back on track. But for the dushkrita, he will not even make that attempt to correct them. He'll simply punish them. So it is better to be in the good books of Krishna. At least he will correct us and guide us back to him. So Paribhasha Sutra, you have to remember that term. Brahma Atma Bhagavan Krishnera Viharam.
Brahma Bhagavan Krishna Ravihara.
Ye Artha Na Jani Murkha Artha Kareyaram.
He Artha Na Jani Murkha Artha Kareyara.
Not knowing that Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan are all features of Krishna, foolish scholars speculate in various ways. Almost everybody is foolish in the world. They don't know this hierarchy. They don't want to know. If you tell them, they will yell at you. So you just leave them alone. Avatari Narayana Krishna Avataram.
Avatari Narayana Krishna Avatara.
Tena Chaturbhuja Inha Manushya Akaram.
Tena Chaturbhujaya Manusya Akara.
So Avatari Narayana Krishna Avatar. Because Narayana has 4 hands, whereas Krishna looks just like a man. They say that Narayana is the original God, where Krishna is but an incarnation. So this is widely prevalent in India. Of course, outside of India, very few people know about Krishna. So they say, oh, Krishna Avatar, Krishna Perumal, right? So they say Krishna is a part of Narayana. And last time we discussed, right? What is, you asked this question, Manoj. What is Nara and what is Ayana?
Narayana means Prabhu with Narayana means Nara means the sagar, Yana means sleeping, right? Whoever sleeping in the sagar, like in the milk ocean, is known as Narayana. This is what we discussed.
Okay, but
Oh,
there
you're
is
talking about
Nara
Narayana.
Narayana. What is Nara Narayana then?
Oh, Nara Narayana. Okay, in the Badrikashram, right? That is the story, Prabhu.
No, I'm not talking about in the material world. In the spiritual world, what is Nara
I
Narayana?
think Krishna and Arjun, Naranaran.
Yeah, that is true. But last time we discussed this. Nara is the Garbhodaka ocean and Narayana. So Narayana is lying in the Nara. Remember, we talked about it. Nara means
Yeah,
part
Prabhu.
of the Garbhodaka ocean. Of course, yeah, Nara Narayana is also Krishna Arjun. Arjun Krishna rather. Right? Nara is Arjun and Narayana is Krishna.
So Prabhu, we learned
So
Narayana.
also we discussed, right? Prabhu also we discussed about like in the all the Vaikuntha planets. So Narayana is there, right? All of the Vaikuntha planets.
Correct.
But the 3 modes of like the Vishnu forms are basically into the material world, but so but in the spiritual sky only Narayana.
Mhm.
So Narayana means Prabhu, one who lies in the water, right? Prabhu, it's not one who lies in the milk ocean, one who lies in the water.
Right. It is not milk ocean. It is
Yes.
water.
Yeah, and all the ocean like Karnaka ocean, Garbhoda ocean. So all the oceans are these are the I know Nara means water, but these are not waters actually, these are milk, right? Or you can say that that's why I report that word milk, milk ocean.
No, we have to do a little bit research on that topic because Nara literal meaning is water. So, or Garbhodaka ocean. Anyway, these are technicalities, right? Ultimately, why are we reading Chaitanya Charitamrita? To become sick and tired of material world and take shelter of Krishna. These are technicalities in a way. Like everything, like Krishna is 100%, everything else is progressively less, 99%, 98%, 97%, like that. So yeah, the water could mean water. It could mean all the different liquids like water, liquor, so many other types of oceans, right? So both are possible. ये मते नाना रूपा करे पूर्व पक्षम
Mate Nana Rupa Kare Purva Paksha.
ताहारे निर्जिते भगवत पद्य दक्षम
Jite Bhagavata Padyadaksha.
In this way, their arguments appear in various forms, but the poetry of Bhagavatam expertly refutes them all. So Bhagavatam basically says, no, you have various forms, arguments, but the original Narayana is Krishna. Vadanti tatta tattvavidas
Vadanti Tata Tattvavidas.
tattvam yajnanamadvayam
Tatamya Jnana Advayam.
brahmeti paramatmeti
Brahmeti Paramatmeti.
bhagavaniti sabhyate.
Bhagavaniti Savyate.
Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth say that it is non-dual knowledge is called impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma and personality of Godhead. Non-dual substance, non-dual knowledge actually. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavati Sabdyate. First Brahman, all pervading. Paramatma, localized in your heart. Bhagavan, in his own abode. Three different parameters in which we can understand God. Krishna. Shune baye shlokakarah vicharam.
Shunavaye Shlokakarah Vichara.
Eka mukhya tattva tina tahara pracharam.
Ekamukya Tattva Tina Tahara Prachara.
My dear brothers, kindly listen to the explanations of this verse and consider its meaning. The one original entity is known in his three different features. So it's basically three aspects are Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Advaya Jnana Tattva Vastu Krishnera Swarupam.
Advaya Jnana Tattva Vastu Krishnara Swarupa.
Brahma Atma Bhagavan Tina Tanra Rupam.
Brahmatma Bhagavana Tina Tantra Rupa.
Lord Krishna himself is the one undivided absolute truth, the ultimate reality. He manifests himself in three features: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. That's what we said, right? Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sabdyate. Vadanti Tattvavidas, Tattvam Yajnanavadvayam, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sabdyate. Okay, Mataji, read.
Purport. In the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam cited above,
Bhagavad Gita.
Srimad
Srimad
Bhagavatam,
Bhagavatam.
Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 11, the principal word Bhagavan indicates the personality of Godhead, and Brahman and Paramatma are concomitants deduced from the absolute personality, as the government and its ministers are deductions from the supreme executive head. In other words, the principal truth is exhibited in three different phases. The absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Bhagavan, is also known as Brahman and Paramatma, although all these features are identical.
Mhm.
So Prabhu,
Yes.
so in previous was right, Krishna as Kaviraj Goswami mentioned Krishna Krishna is the expansion of Narayan, and he purposefully denied that this is not truth. But my I was just thinking, because the Chaitanya Charitamrita was written, I think it's 500 years before, right, Prabhu? So during that time also, people also having the same confusion, because I understand nowadays, people are watching, Sri Krishna serial, or some kind of Mahabharata. From there, they can see that, and because most of the Hindi serials, like they are decorating Vishnu is the source and Krishna is the expansion. I understand this, in this particular age, but before 500 years before, also people are also having the same kind of confusion.
Yeah, looks
Because
like it, right? Ramanujacharya came 1000 years ago, and the followers of Ramanujacharya typically think Narayana is the supreme. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because Narayana is still the supreme, but Krishna is the source of Narayana. That aspect people miss. So they think that Narayana is the source of Krishna because he comes as an avatar. So that is their problem, not the problem, but that's the subtle point we need to note. So, since Krishna comes as the form of Narayana, they think he's an avatar, but he's an avatari, means he's the source of avatars. And this dilemma will continue. And it's a good dilemma to have because we are, by even arguing in this dilemma, we are talking of Krishna and Narayana. So, there's no loss when you discuss these points. But from a very technical perspective, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Krishna is the source of Narayana. the Goloka Krishna. And then of course there's the Gokula Krishna, who comes from Narayana, right? Who is the expansion as an avatar. So he appears like an avatar, but actually is the avatari.
Prabhu, and this confusion comes, and the reason is because Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma as well. So that confusion always comes, right? Though it is written in the scriptures that Krishna is the avatari.
Yeah, people are only
appears,
looking at what is visible to them. They're saying, oh,
Yeah.
he only comes once in a day of Brahma, and he comes like a normal human being with two hands. And therefore, he is, just an avatar, but not really the source of all avatars. And Narayana is, like even Shankaracharya says, Narayana Paro Vyaktatis means he's above the material world. So there's more Narayana information and less Krishna information. That's the reason.
And one more thing is, like, people always have the tendency, right? In the sense that if someone appears in the earth, then they think, okay, they might not be the superior thing, but those will be like subordinates to Vishnu. And they think that whoever is not appearing, like even now, I am hearing like Shiva, Lord Shiva didn't appear. So that's why he is considered as a supreme personality of Godhead by some Shaivites. And in Vaishnavism, they consider Narayana because Narayana didn't appear as himself with four hands in the earth. That's also subject to confusion, Prabhu.
Yeah, it could be, but we are following scriptures, right? I mean, and in the end of the day, it doesn't matter, but from a technicality, because we are students, we are learning these aspects. You can perfectly worship Narayana and become liberated, perfectly worship Krishna or any of these incarnations and get liberated. But the position of Krishna is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The hierarchy is described. So this is for serious students, right? Advanced students. I mean, you can even worship to Kurma or Varaha or Narsimha and get liberated. But this is a little bit more, detailed information. It's good to know this detailed information. Then you'll respect all the avatars of Narayana, and you'll respect the position of Narayana as a expansion of Krishna. So all this reading will help you with that aspect. But otherwise, to go back to Godhead, simply chant Hare Krishna and just go.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, like, since we have total 18 Puranas, right? So
Mhm.
the six Purana are basically, like more of goodness, and the six are more of passion, six are more of ignorance. And basically, as per the scripture, it says the six Puranas, more of goodness represents Lord Vishnu, and more of passion, Lord Brahma and Shiva, like that. so so in all of the Puranas, like in the Vishnu Puranas, so actually Prabhu, I forgot one second. So if my understanding is correct, so Sarvana Prabhu asked the same question, like sometimes people also refer Lord Shiva as the Supreme. In the Shiv Puran, so it's mentioned Lord Shiva is the Supreme, okay? And also in the, like, what is called, sometimes in Shiv Puran also it mentioned the Sudarshan Chakra of Lord Vishnu was given by Lord Shiva to Vishnu. Also in Vishnu Puran, it is mentioned the Trishula or the trident of Lord Shiva was given by Lord Vishnu to Shiva. Okay, and there are many things he mentioned actually. So my understanding is that so because in all of the Puranas, right, the Puranas. So in some Puranas, if it is Puranas mentioned, for example, Brahma Vaibhav Puran or something, the glorification of Brahma will be there, and in the Shiv Puran, right, the glorification of Lord Shiva will be there. But whenever you talk about since Shiv Puran also mentioned like Shiva is the supreme, I had one of the Prabhuji also mentioned the same thing. Prabhuji said like in one kalpa, so Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu giving like I'm just like say like Lord Shiva was giving all the responsibility of those three material cosmos, three material universes. Sorry, like the whole universes was the Shiva Lord Shiva taken care of. So it happened in some kalpas. But if you talk about who is the supreme, or who is the supreme personality of Godhead, so then we have only one one scripture we can argue, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's mentioned that whatever is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to follow that. So this is my understanding, Prabhu. Is that right, Prabhu? Lord Shiva giving some kind of responsibility in some kalpas, so that he can rule, like he can take a position of Lord Vishnu, not a position of Lord Vishnu, but same kind of his designation of Lord Vishnu, and he maintain all the cosmic manifestation for some time and in one kalpa, and then after, that's why during that time the Shiv Purana, in the Shiv Purana, it was mentioned Lord Shiva is the supreme, but it's not actually, and but in
Yeah,
technically it's not, but in Puranas it's mentioned something like that. I heard.
yeah. Same thing happens with Brahma also. If there is no suitable Brahma available, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will come and take the post of Brahma. Did you know this?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that was,
When there's no proper qualified person for that duration, the Supreme Personality will himself descend and take that position. So, in administration, suppose there is a reorg and certain functions are not having a resource, you'll get the resource from somewhere else. So it's the same thing. It is a spiritual administration. So why should we question that aspect? So in certain kalpas, maybe Lord Shiva had to be given that, and somebody documenting that would say, yeah, he's the boss. He has taken over this.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes Brahma is the boss. Sometimes Vishnu is the boss. But then these these three um, guna avatars are still expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is knowledge beyond knowledge, right? So in the material world, there is certain amount of knowledge. Okay, maybe Lord Shiva was given the trident to Vishnu and Sudarshan Chakra was given by Shiva. So what? Ultimately, when you look at the Supreme Lord Narayana, he is not fighting battles. He is lying down and Lakshmi is massaging his feet. Right? Narayana is not fighting any battles. Only in the material world, his expansions, Vishnus are fighting battles. So Vishnu, sometimes you see, they come and they are fighting battles. So this distinction between spiritual and material world is not available to us. It is available very subtly, right? Um, and even if it is available in the scriptures, we read it, we don't understand it. We get easily confused. So, I mean, the structure is never wrong. Suppose one group doesn't have a general manager, so the finance general manager is asked to cover till the new general manager comes. Right? The finance guy is not in IT, but he's still covering. He is talking to his directs and is uh, basically understanding the problems and solving the problems. So it's a problem-solving role as opposed to a tech role. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Shiva, why not? Why is Shiva not the supreme person? Could be, right? Because at that point, there was a problem and he's solving that problem from the cosmic perspective. He drank the halahal coming from the Mandara mountain, being churning the causal ocean, right? Not causal ocean. Which ocean was that? Which ocean were they doing that? Samudra Manthan?
Mandara, no, that's a Mandara mountain.
Not Milk Ocean, Prabhu.
No, uh, what churning was happened.
Vishnu, where that was happening, churning of ocean.
The name of the ocean.
You're reading now in the class, right?
It's Milk Ocean only, Prabhu. Churning of the Milk Ocean.
See, that's why there is so much confusion right now. Which ocean? There are so many oceans. There's Karna Ocean, Garbhodaka Ocean, Kshira Sagara. Then you have all this Lavana Ocean, ocean of alcohol, liquor. There's ocean of so many things. Like if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a lot of information given on that one. But then our memories are very bad. So we confuse one ocean with the other ocean. It clearly says it is Samudra Manthan, but it does not very clear which Samudra it is. So somewhere there will be a little footnote and we have to find out which Samudra that is.
It's a Shir Sagar only, Prabhu. It's the churning the ocean of milk.
Okay. So if you remember, your memory is good, we'll go with that. So the import of
even
verse. Yeah, go ahead.
No, Prabhu. Yeah, I was just confirming. I was just browsing as well. So yeah, it's ocean of milk only.
Okay, good. So the import of this verse has stopped you from arguing. Now listen to another verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Iti amsha kalah pumshah
Iti jamsa kalaha pumsaha.
Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam
Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam.
Indrari Vyakulam Lokam
Indari Vyakulam Lokam.
Dayanti Yuge Yuge.
Dayanti Yuge Yuge.
All the incarnations of Godhead are either plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions of the Purusha. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. In every age, he protects the world through his different features when the world is disturbed by the enemies of Indra. So in every age, he protects the world. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyudhanava dharmasya tadatmanam sujamiham. Whenever there is an increase in a dharma, abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamiham. Okay, Mataji, read this.
Purport. This statement of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 28, definitely negates the concept that Sri Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu or Narayana. Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, the supreme cause of all causes. This verse clearly indicates that incarnations of the personality of Godhead, such as Sri Rama, Narsimha, and Varaha, all undoubtedly belong to the Vishnu group, but all of them are either plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the original personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna.
Okay, explain this, Mataji, to others.
Yeah, it's saying like Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Other expansions like Rama, Narsimha, and Varaha, they are from Lord Krishna, but they belong to the Vishnu group.
Okay, very good.
Though they are like the incarnations of original personality, but they belong to like they undoubtedly they belong to the Vishnu group, but they are originally the incarnations of the original personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna.
Very good. Okay. Okay, so we'll pause there for today. We'll chant and then reconnect